गुड मॉर्निंग एंड वेलकम टू गना शॉट। गना शॉट में आप सबका स्वागत है। प्रणाम, जय हिंद एंड वणक्कम। आज हम देखेंगे द पर्ज ऑफ द जी इन दिस एडिशन ऑफ पीक इनटू एवरीडे चाइना। वैसे तो पर्जेस इन चाइना आर कॉमन। ये तो माओ के ज़माने से चला आ रहा है। जो आदमी नॉट लाइक्ड बाय द लीडर इज टेकन आउट, and Xi Jinping has been no different.
This is very interesting because ever since Xi Jinping has come into power, every 6 months there's been a purge. इसका जो latest purge है is Qin Gang. Who was Qin Gang? Qin Gang was his favorite, who was the wolf warrior diplomat and spokesman 2 years back. He was promoted out of turn and sent to USA as the ambassador. और जब उसका टेन्योर वहां खत्म हो गया लास्ट अक्टूबर में, इसको वापस बुलाया गया था एंड प्रमोटेड एज द फॉरेन मिनिस्टर। उसको अचानक निकाल दिया गया है एंड देयर इज लॉट ऑफ स्पेकुलेशन इन द मीडिया कि क्यों निकाल दिया गया है, अचानक कैसे हो गया, क्या था, और इसके बिकॉज ऑफ दिस विल शी जिनपिंग बिकम वीक, उसका कोई खतरा है क्या, वगैरह वगैरह। बट एक चीज याद रखिए, जी जिनपिंग जब से उसने पद संभाला है, पर्जस ही पर्जस होते रहे। As per some estimates, over 1 million people have been purged in the past 10 years. In the first 5 years, he just kept purging everyone so that he can consolidate power and eliminate all opposition. And उसके बाद लगातार purges होते रहे. The last purge happened in October, just before the 20th Party Congress, to ensure that कोई opposition ना रहे जिसमें बाधा आ सकता है जब if for his third term. यहाँ तक सबको याद है, तो हु जिनटाओ को भी अनसरमोनियसली निकाल दिया गया था, राइट? एंड ही यूजेस करप्शन। क्यों? करप्शन इज प्रोबेबली अ वे ऑफ लाइफ इन चाइना, एंड देयर इज इंडिविजुअल करप्शन, देयर इज कॉर्पोरेट करप्शन, एंड देयर इज पॉलिटिकल करप्शन. And to guard against the corruption, he has to carry out purges. Everyone thinks that such things indicate weakness of the Communist Party. But as per the Communist Party, it's the other way around. Regular purges are a method of governance adopted by Xi Jinping. As I said, every 6 months one purge. ये जो purge है, ये तकरीबन मार्च में शुरू हुआ। जैसे 2 सेशंस खत्म हुए, थर्ड टर्म शुरू हुआ ऑफिशियली, he started the purge. He's made a proper plan to purge people. He believes that the CCP is cleansed, strengthened, and renewed, okay, through periodic bouts of punishment. So, सबको जो every errant individual, if is taken out, the CCP is strengthened, and most importantly, there is no opposition left. Right? Drastic measures also ensure that all lower level people are remain scared, और सब अपने पीछे देख रहे हैं कि इसके उनके पीठ के ऊपर कब चोरा घुसने वाला है। देर ऑल लुकिंग बिहाइंड। और जी के दुनिया में, जी जिनपिंग के दुनिया में कोई खतरे से बाहर नहीं है। जब ये इसका फेवरेट वुल्फ वॉरियर को ऐसे निकाल दिया गया, तो बाकी का क्या हाल होगा। जैसे मैंने पहले बताया, आउटसाइडर्स माइट थिंक इट इज अ साइन ऑफ सिस्टमिक वीकनेस, बट इट इज नॉट सो। याद रखिए, जी जिनपिंग्स फादर was also purged twice, and in the times of Mao and Deng Xiaoping, he came back. So purging is part of his psyche, and it is an accepted thing within the Communist Party. And they feel that the party becomes strong through such purges and tests. In the communist thinking, class war means perpetual struggle, and the revolution always needs enemies, which means that Joby, who's straying out of line, is deemed as an enemy and it becomes a class war. Okay, March, as Xi Jinping headed into his third term, he put together a anti-corruption watchdog, right, which is tasked to carry out investigation into corruption for purging. Now, what does this chap do? There's a Central Commission for Discipline Inspection. Now, the Central Commission for Discipline Inspection, it resolutely prevents wrong expectation of changing the direction or loosening the grip of the Communist Party. There is no question. The discipline is not to discipline an individual, but to keep direction of the Communist Party. It is more a Communist Party requirement. It cracks down on all political conspiracies. It continues the process of self-revolution. Now, self-revolution is a new term. It is used by the party to refer to efforts to rid itself of misbehaving individuals. Anyone who does not toe the party line is put under self-revolution, right? That means he's out. They take pride in keeping high pressure on key sectors, including finance, state-owned enterprises, universities, sports and agriculture. क्यों इनके ऊपर क्यों निगरानी रखा जाता है? क्योंकि इनका आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड के साथ काफी व्यवहार होता है, and they feel that through these institutions, uh, outside influences come in. For example, there's a serious investigation on at present. It started last month on Bain and Company and McKinsey and all such firms because they feel that information is being gathered by these companies to be taken out of China. And they put a new security law by which all these people can get caught. And all these people, the finance, state-owned enterprises, universities, since they have a major outside connect, they have to be under the discipline inspection. They also feel that it strengthens the political supervision and promote unity of thought so that no one strays. And it will ensure that the party looks in one direction. Of course, there's a fight against political conspiracies and political cliques. There should be no opposition to Xi Jinping. It will eliminate political hazards that danger the party's unity. So this has been on for the past 3 months. ये जो discipline inspection committee है, this has been set up just 3 months back as an additionality over what all was happening earlier, which means you can imagine the rate at which oversight is there on individuals in China. Now, this top watchdog also takes aim at double dealers, यानी कि पार्टी के अंदरूनी जो भी दीमक और कीड़े हैं उनको निकालने का इनको टास्क दिया गया, so that there is no anti-party activities from within. So the inside element is taken out. It is not only universities and outside contacts or financial institutes and SOEs who have international and outside contacts, but those within are also seen in great detail. Okay, all officials have been warned by this commission not to hide assets or business ties as part of this whole exercise which is going on. Because in China, lot of officials have their assets hidden and they have their individual businesses going. All contracts are either given to the top dogs of the Communist Party or their relatives. So this commission has already told everyone, you don't hide. If you hide, you get caught. If you get caught, you're done. And they will only catch those people who are against Xi Jinping or his discipline system. Okay. यहाँ तक it has been reported that they have novel methods. They have instituted novel methods, right, to get hold of people. Now, these are the three, four things which came out in this article. Owning ill-gotten homes and hoarding stockpiles of cash is getting harder in China as privacy wanes and transparency reigns. Transparency in China is not to be transparent like in our society or what is expected in our society. Transparency in China is to ensure that everyone can get caught. If he does anything wrong, he can get caught. It exposes everyone and it does not allow anyone to hoard cash. The digital yuan, if you think it is a great economic miracle, no. The digital yuan is to control money circulation. If money circulation is not there, hoarding is not possible. And if money is only available in the bank with references, he cannot run away. So the digital yuan is being so seen more as a control measure than as an enabling measure. Okay. Then they have started this national real estate registration system by which all assets have to be registered. So you can't hide your assets also. And then there is crackdowns on money laundering and cryptocurrency ban and all that. Anyone who with all this is put on the ice. So in the past 3 months, the discipline commission under the personal directions of Xi Jinping has become very lethal. And this kind of a oversight is being seen across all sectors. It is not only political or financial. So we'll just see and get an idea कि किन किन सेक्टर्स के ऊपर इनका निगरानी है और किन किन सेक्टर्स से it has come to light that anti-corruption cases are being investigated or people are being removed, etc., etc., etc. Right. Along with Kin Gang, as news of Kin Gang's removal came, एक इसका trusted bodyguard, वो 3 महीने पहले he was not seen. After 3 months, now there he's being reported as dead, finished. No one knows why he was removed. ये नहीं पता था कि he was ill or not. सिर्फ एक रिपोर्ट आया है कि मर गया. और ये आदमी है जो जी जिनपिंग के साथ हर में इसके साथ साथ जाता था और इसका पर्सनल बॉडीगार्ड था. खत्म. राइट. नेक्स्ट. जस्ट वो 10 days बैक, 10 दिन पहले जी जिनपिंग ने जिंगजियांग के मिलिट्री अथॉरिटीज को बुलाया और उनको बड़ा चेतावनी दी कि भाई आप लाइन में रहो, यू हैव टू फॉलो द कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी लाइन. ये चेतावनी क्यों दिया गया हमें नहीं पता, पर चेतावनी दिया गया, ये रिपोर्ट आया है. इससे क्या है कि वहां कुछ प्रॉब्लम है, एक. दूसरा, ये चेतावनी बाकियों के लिए भी एक संकेत है कि आपका भी नंबर आने वाला है. राइट. अगर आप लाइन में नहीं रहोगे तो कोई भी अगर जी जिनपिंग के सामने गया तो वो फिर यू कैन जस्ट इमेजिन हिज स्टेट ऑफ अफेयर्स आफ्टर दैट. राइट. वो सब सोच रहे होंगे मेरा टाइम कब आएगा और मेरा बुलावा कब आएगा. ओके. इसके साथ साथ दिस इज अ थिंग व्हिच इज नॉट बीन रिपोर्टेड इन द चाइनीज मीडिया और ये इंटरनेशनल मीडिया में रिपोर्ट हो गया कि द नंबर 2 ऑफ द पीएलए रॉकेट फोर्स हैज हैड कमिटेड सुसाइड. खुदकुशी कर लिया उसने. और उसके दो चार और उसके नीचे वाले हैं वो अंडर इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, वो निकाल लिए गए हैं. तो इसका रॉकेट फोर्स में कोई प्रॉब्लम है, इसका आर्मी में भी कोई प्रॉब्लम है, इसका डिप्लोमेसी में भी कोई प्रॉब्लम है. इसका मतलब कुछ न कुछ नीचे हो रहा है, पर इसका इलाज जी जिनपिंग के पास है. और इनका जो सोच है कि ऐसे तत्वों को बाहर निकालने से पार्टी और मजबूत हो जाएगा. ये याद रखिए. अमूमन we think that such activities lead to weakness of the communist system. The communists view it the other way around, as I had explained earlier. उसके बाद 3 months back, एक कम्युनिस्ट पार्टी चीफ ऑफ हैंगजो, he was put under trial. He pleaded guilty on corruption and bribery charges. 3 months later, he has been convicted of for a death sentence. He's been handed. So the judge, jury, and the executioner all rolled into one. 3 महीने के अंदर ये डेथ सेंटेंस दिया जाता है इतना जल्दी। ये दे डिस्पेंस जस्टिस और सो कॉल्ड जस्टिस। सवाल यह है कि व्हाई हैज चाइना लॉन्च्ड एन एंटी करप्शन प्रोब इनटू इट्स फाइनेंस सेक्टर एंड हाउ विल दिस पैन आउट, राइट? क्यों? प्रॉब्लम यह है कि इनका जो फाइनेंशियल डील्स हैं बड़ा शेडी है, और द फाइनेंशियल डील्स में शेडीनेस इज अफेक्टिंग द इकोनॉमी। अगर फाइनेंस इंडस्ट्री आपका सही नहीं है तो आपका इकोनॉमी डूब जाएगा। और ये पिछले 3 महीने से फाइनेंस सेक्टर के ऊपर काफी हद तक प्रेशर है। देयर हैज बीन अ sustained investigation on the finance sector. Like I said earlier, Bain and Company and McKinsey, who are external auditors kind of a people, and external thing who do surveys of financial sector, etc., etc., are under investigation and they're being probably thrown out. But internally also, there's a lot of halchal. They've already warned self-styled financial elites who live a life of extravaganza to curb down. जो शॉन और शकील से रहते हैं उनको बताया गया है कि भाई टोन डाउन, बी केयरफुल, राइट? जो इनका जो रिजर्व बैंक का चेयरमैन है ऑन सेंट्रल बैंक, उसका चेयरमैन है, इसका डेप्टी चेयरमैन इज अंडर इन्वेस्टिगेशन फॉर करप्शन एंड इरेगुलरिटीज। हो सकता है निकाल दिया जाएगा, ये हमें पता नहीं, बट ही इज अंडर इन्वेस्टिगेशन। उसके बाद इसका जो एक चाइना बैंक का हेड है उसको निकाल दिया गया, वो भी अंडर इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, राइट? उसके अलावा anti-corruption probes have started in banks, SOEs, and all other financial institutions because they feel that there is a financial risk in their system. And if this risk continues, it will collapse. The same logic was used to cull down big tech and educational technology sector and the financial technology sector last year. So there's a constant worry that the financial sector will pull down China and it has to be kept under check. Okay. So this article, I spoke about it in one of the earlier thing, which says that the financial sector is looking out for one of its toughest years. Xi Jinping इसको चलने नहीं देगा. Why have I highlighted the financial sector? Because अगर आप देखोगे, politics, finance और military तीनों के ऊपर Xi Jinping काबू पाने की कोशिश कर रहा है. So the key areas he has caught. But देखने वाली बात है as far as finances are concerned. हाल ही में इनका सेकंड क्वार्टर जीडीपी रिजल्ट्स आए और वो ज्यादा अच्छे नहीं थे, इनफैक्ट वो खराब थे, राइट? एंड नाउ ही इज ट्राइंग टू प्राइवेटाइज चाइनीज इकोनॉमी एंड प्राइवेट इंडस्ट्री को बढ़ावा देना चाहता है। उसने एक 31 पॉइंट एक्शन प्लान भी जारी किया है। नाउ with the financial sector under a cloud, how will private economy come up? How will the big players come up? So there is a problem. And with the kind of purge which is going on, there's a fear psychosis in China कि मेरा नंबर कब आएगा। अगर मेरा नंबर कब आएगा कि सोच विचार से के साथ अगर आप बिजनेस करोगे, फिर तो आप कहाँ जाएगा ये पूरा प्राइवेट सिस्टम देखी जाएगी। बट वो किसी और एपिसोड में हम बात करेंगे इनका क्या रवैया है, हाउ आर दे गोइंग टू हैंडल देयर इकोनॉमी एंड द प्राइवेट इकोनॉमी। Already there are a lot of question marks on that, but I will talk of it later. But today, corruption and purges. Okay, besides all these three core sectors, their media, one of the media heads is also been removed. I'm just giving you as an example a few of them. जो reported है, जो unreported है हमें पता ही नहीं, right? उसके बाद एक ये जो religious affairs का chief है, उसने भी पैसा लिया तो उसको भी निकाल दिया गया है। ये लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडी चीफ ऑफ शंघाई उसको भी आउट कर दिया है। सब करप्शन इन्वेस्टिगेशन। और ये सब देखिए, या मीडिया हो या रिलीजियस अफेयर्स हो या लेजिस्लेटिव बॉडी हो, ये सब बड़ा क्लियर है कि ये could be a political undertone to all this. In fact, I don't think it is could be, there is. So there is some opposition there within China, but it is being squashed completely. So will the system change? Doubtful. Okay. And there is also a widespread corruption scandal brewing in the sports sector. And the general thinking in China is that China will not get ahead in sports till such time corruption is fixed in the sports sector. But I only see people getting, investigated for corruption, but no outcomes. So overall, अगर हम देखेंगे, corruption in China is just an excuse for purges, and purges in China are going to be endemic. And till such time Xi Jinping is in power, purges will continue. Right? It is not only against individuals in each sector, but even complete sectors. ये जो high speed rail के is also, some projects are under investigation. क्यों? High speed rail is supposed to be part of their infrastructure drive. If there's problem in that and it collapses, the Chinese economy will collapse. So if you see overall, key sectors of the Chinese economy are under investigation. So in such conditions, do you think China will revive? I have my doubts. But then that's a later day story. So this is as far as the purges of China and corruption and Xi Jinping are concerned. But in the end, I want to touch upon one aspect of China. ये सरासर झूठ बोलने का आदत, क्योंकि ये झूठ बोलने का आदत जो चाइना के अंदर है, that leads to corruption and that corruption leads to everything else. ये देखिए, these are the death figures or the lying index, as New York Times had said, about deaths related to corona in China during the pandemic. Now, have a look at the figures closely. The China's official death count is 83,150 deaths. Now, New York Times carried out an assessment and it worked a model based on the Shanghai outbreak and the deaths there. As per that, इनका 16 लाख यानी 1.6 मिलियन डेथ्स होना चाहिए था नेशन वाइड. ट्रैवल पैटर्न के ऊपर जो एस्टिमेट निकाला उसमें 970,000 deaths should have taken place. Using testing data, just based on how many tests are done, etc., 1.5 million deaths should have taken place during the pandemic. And based on the US death rates or any other country's death rates, 1.1 million deaths have taken place. So when China says 83, the multiplication factor could be as much as 15 to 20. So I said, okay, let me think. In Galwan, इन्होंने बोला था कि 4 आदमी मर गए. अगर ये proportions लगाएंगे तो कितने मर गए होंगे? तो चाइना का official death count है 4 गलवान में. But based on Shanghai outbreak proportion निकालेंगे तो it becomes 77. If you take the travel pattern proportion, it is 47. If you take testing data proportion, it is 72. And if you take US death rate data proportion, it is 53. And if you take an average of these, you would have had 62 deaths in Galwan. So actually, अगर हम देखेंगे तो in Galwan, I don't think there would have been any less than 50 to 60 deaths. So that puts China and its military capability also in question. Why am I saying this is, you look at the way they lie, you look at the way they're corrupt, you look at the way they're purged periodically. If your top leadership is purged and they're scared that they will, anytime their head can roll, they're going to be investigated for corruption, how will they perform in battle? And if everything is going to be hidden from society and people, where will they go? And if China only believes in projecting something great over and above others, should we believe it? That's the point. Because most of us, believe the best of China and forget about the worst of China. We need to think the other way around. What is the worst of China vis-a-vis the best of China? And you'll see it comes out number two, the best. The worst of China dominates China. Overall, China के अंदर purges will continue. There'll be more purges to come. Just wait. This is not the first purge which has happened of Kin Gang, nor will it be the last. But as purges continue, and the way purges are continuing, China's overall recovery is a question mark. And that part about the recovery, the new economic direction which Xi Jinping is about to set, etc., I'll talk in the next episode of Peek into Everyday China. Till then, thank you and Jai Hind.